welcome to the next module of the cell division. Today what we are going to understand is the next part after karyokinesis, which is called as cytokinesis. Now what do you mean by cytokinesis? Simply when you try and understand and try to break the word, you will understand that cyto meaning cytoplasm, kinesis is division. So therefore whenever there is division of cytoplasm, the process is what is called as cytokinesis. Yes. Now what exactly happens in the cytokinesis? Cytoplasm gets divided, but you must understand that during the process of cytokinesis, once cytokinesis happens, there is formation of two daughter cells. Yes, there is formation of two daughter cells. Now cytokinesis is little bit different as far as plant cell and animal cell is concerned. Okay, it is little bit different. When we talk about animal cell, now everyone knows, okay, that in animals there is no cell wall, right? There is no cell wall. Yes, so therefore cytokinesis in animal cells is quite easier as far as plant cells are compared. Okay, so when we talk about cytokinesis in animal cell, there is formation of what is called as furrow formation. Now what do you mean by furrow? Simply when we talk about furrow is a kind of a constriction. Okay, it is a kind of a constriction. Now constriction is like a depression. Yes, it is like a depression, and slowly and steadily what happens is this depression will widen. That is, the constriction which is under process of formation will slowly deepen, and then there is formation of two different cells. The process is simple in case of animal cells because there is no cell wall. Okay, let's understand with the help of the diagram. Yes, now when we talk about animal cells, it is like this. See, something like this. This is one cell. Okay, this is another cell. So this region, can you see this middle wala, this region? Yes, now this region is the one where there is formation of a furrow, from where a point of separation. So it is a point of separation from where separation will take place. So this is the separation point. Yes, and this is your normal nucleus of the cell. This is the nucleus of the cell. So once this constriction or once this depression is complete, there is complete separation. Okay, there is complete separation of the two cells. How will it look? One cell and a second cell. Simple as that. As I said you earlier, it is the process is a bit simpler. Yeah, this is how cytokinesis in animal cells takes place. Yes, animal cells में अभी जब भी मैं प्लांट सेल के बारे में बात करता हूँ, ठीक है, प्लांट सेल के बारे में जब अपन बात करते हैं तो प्लांट सेल के अंदर सी नाउ द प्रोसेस इज बिट डिफरेंट. ठीक है, देयर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ cell wall. Yes, there is presence of cell wall, correct, and apart from cell wall, when you compare to animals, okay, when you compare to animal cells, yes, it is very true that in plant cell, because of cell wall, you cannot form furrow. There is no scope of formation of any depression. Okay, so therefore what happens? Now cell wall which is there in plant cell, okay, the cell wall which is present in the plant cell, okay, it starts to appear it starts to appear in the center of the cell. Yes, once it forms at the center of the cells and slowly it grows outwards. मतलब एक बार सेल वॉल बीच में फॉर्म होना चालू कर दिया, उसके बाद वो धीरे धीरे क्या होता है, बाहर की तरफ ग्रो होता है, बाहर की तरफ एक्सटेंड होता है. ठीक है. नाउ द फॉर्मेशन, अभी इससे क्या होगा, जो फॉर्मेशन है दो अलग सेल का, ठीक है, द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ टू डॉटर cells will only form when there is formation of what is called as cell plate. This is important. Yes, this is important. Cell plate बनता है. ठीक है. In case of plant cells. ठीक है. Now जिसके वजह से क्या होगा, एक बार सेल वॉल एक्सटेंड हो गया, एक बार सेल प्लेट बन गया, सब कुछ बन गया, देन फाइनली देयर इज डिवीजन. ओके. और ये डिवीजन से क्या हो जाएगा, दोनों सेल्स, बोथ द सेल्स विल सेपरेट. यस, both the cells will separate, and once both the cells get separated, then both the cells will now divide individually. Yes, so diagrammatically if we want to represent plant cell, how will it look? Let's take an example, something like this. Yes, what I'm drawing right now is cell wall. Yes, very correct. Yes, so अभी क्या हो रहा है पता है, इसके बीचों बीच जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि वेसिकल्स जो सेल प्लेट बना रही हैं ये. ठीक है. इधर आपका न्यूक्लियस है. ठीक है. सेल अभी तक डिवाइड हुआ नहीं है. सो क्या होगा नेक्स्ट प्रोसेस में क्या हो जाएगा, नेक्स्ट प्रोसेस के अंदर वही सेल वॉल एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा पूरी तरीके से, वही सेल वॉल. यस, सो लेट्स ड्रॉ इट. पहले इनकम्प्लीट सा बना हुआ था, अभी क्या हो जाएगा, अभी वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. ये हो गया कंप्लीट सेल प्लेट. यस, न्यूक्लियस, एंड फाइनली द लास्ट स्टेप जिसके अंदर इंडिविजुअल हो जाएंगे, पूरे के पूरे सेल्स जो है वो कंप्लीटली इंडिविजुअल हो जाएंगे. यस, ऐसा समथिंग लाइक दिस. Now the structure will get complete. ये पूरा का पूरा थिक हो जाएगा. ठीक है. This will become thick. The process will get complete. And now this is the nucleus. The process here gets complete. Now these are your daughter cells. Yes, यहाँ पे जो बने हैं ये हमारे कौन है, these are your daughter cells. Yes, उसके बाद this is the formation of cell plate. This is your cell plate formation. Yes, so as you can see here that animal cell के अंदर ना प्रोसेस थोड़ा सा इजी हो जाता है, बट जब मैं प्लांट सेल के बारे में बात करता हूँ प्रोसेस थोड़ा सा टीडियस है, बिकॉज एक ही मेजर डिफरेंस है, दैट एनिमल सेल्स डू नॉट हैव अ सेल वॉल. Yes, and plant cells have a cell wall. सेल वॉल होने की वजह से फरो या डिप्रेशन यहाँ पे पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाता. यस, अभी ये तो हम लोगों ने पढ़ लिया. ठीक है, ये तो हम लोगों ने पढ़ लिया. बट जब भी साइटोकाइनेसिस हो रहा है ना, एक चीज़ आपको नोट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. जब भी साइटोकाइनेसिस हो रहा है, वन थिंग इज़ वेरी क्लियर दैट सेल ऑर्गेनल्स, यस, सेल ऑर्गेनल्स. Now these cell organelles, like for example mitochondria हो, plastids हो, chloroplast हो, vacuoles हो, Golgi bodies हो, they are distributed. Okay, they are well distributed between the two daughter cells. They are well distributed between the two daughter cells. So that is the major crux here. So this is important. मतलब साइटोकाइनेसिस के साथ साथ सिर्फ साइटोप्लाज्म डिवाइड हो रहे हैं क्या, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. सिर्फ साइटोप्लाज्म डिवाइड नहीं हो रहा, ठीक है, साथ ही साथ उसके साथ सेल ऑर्गेनल भी डिवाइड होंगे, ठीक है, जितने भी जो भी सेल ऑर्गेनल पड़ेगा। अभी अगर इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट अ प्लांट सेल, yes, you'll have chloroplast, mitochondria. If you talk about animal cell, you'll have different organelles. So therefore organelles will also divide, organelles will also separate, and both of the cells will receive equal number of organelles. Yes, moving on to the next part, now what is the next part is, अब हम लोगों ने माइटोसिस तो पढ़ लिया, ठीक है, हम लोगों ने माइटोसिस तो पढ़ लिया, बट नाउ लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई माइटोसिस इज इम्पॉर्टेंट। समझ रहे हैं? लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई माइटोसिस इज इम्पॉर्टेंट। सो विल अंडरस्टैंड significance of mitosis. So let's understand the significance of mitosis, कि why mitosis is important. Yes, now let's jump to point number 1. Yes, now as we all know that mitosis is the इक्वेशनल डिवीजन। यस, माइटोसिस को आप क्या बोलते हो? इक्वेशनल डिवीजन, बराबर। इक्वेशनल डिवीजन क्यों बोलते हो? इक्वेशनल डिवीजन, व्हाई डू यू कॉल इट इक्वेशनल डिवीजन? बिकॉज द क्रोमोसोम नंबर remains constant throughout the generation. ये important point है। yes, second point, ठीक है। now mitosis will ensure equal distribution, mitosis will ensure equal distribution of nuclear and cytoplasmic कंटेंट। मतलब न्यूक्लियस के अंदर का कंटेंट और साइटोप्लाज्म के अंदर का कंटेंट का इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा between daughter cells. This is ensured, this is taken care by mitosis. So therefore mitosis is important, ठीक है। now DNA, ये तो भाई important है। DNA which is the genetic material, okay, DNA which is the genetic material is also equally distributed, ठीक है, because mitosis है। so let me not tell you this now. in the previous module we have already discussed कि mitosis में chromosome number will remain same throughout the generation. yes, so DNA is also equally distributed. Mitosis, one important function is mitosis helps in growth and development. growth and development में मदद करेगा, extremely important because in short if now our topic has come out, so let me tell you that mitosis happens in somatic cells. okay, ये देखो, I am writing one important point here. Mitosis is there which happens in your body cells which are also called as somatic cells, but except your germ cells में नहीं होगा. Now what are germ cells? Germ cells are gametes, sperm and ovum. Now these germ cells will divide with the help of meiosis. So we are going to understand that in the subsequent modules. But mitosis will only happen in the body cells, will only happen in the somatic cells, but it will not happen in the germ cells. So therefore all your body cells, if at all there is an injury, assume if at all there is an injury, okay, so now this injury which you have got, so there's a wound, okay, so body has to heal that. So how healing will take place? Again with the help of mitosis. Old cells, worn out cells, damaged, destroyed, dead cells, all are cleaned and then new cells will take place. Now new cells will divide with the help of mitosis. So growth में तो बहुत important है ही, साथ ही साथ development is also there. Now this takes us to the next point which we now just discussed, that your old cells, yes, old cells, worn out cells, जो अभी कुछ काम के नहीं है, ये जो सारे cells है ना, every cells are replaced are replaced by mitosis. Mitosis is the only one which is going to replace them. Yes, yes. Now it also helps in asexual reproduction, where there is no gamete involvement. Okay, there is no two different male gamete and female gamete. Okay, so asexual reproduction is the simplest kind of division. Okay, so reproduction in organisms, various organisms who can show asexual reproduction, specifically lower organisms, and also it can help in vegetative propagation in plants. yes, यहाँ पे भी वो हेल्प करता है, ठीक है. नाउ important point to note, mitosis maintains, it is kind of similar point to point number 2, but still mitosis maintains the nuclear cytoplasmic ratio throughout the generation to generation. The amount of matter, amount of content which is present in the nucleus and in the cytoplasm is maintained throughout the generation, which is called as the nucleocytoplasmic ratio. Right. Now mitosis, one thing to note, mitosis does not show any variation. Now this is, though we have already understood why does it not show variations. Okay, so it does not show any kind of variations. Yes, it does not show any kinds of variations. Variation दिखता ही नहीं. Why? Because same chromosome number, no incoming of chromosome, no outgoing of chromosome number is remaining same throughout the generation. तो variations होंगे कैसे? ठीक है, so variations नहीं होंगे, so it is not going to introduce any variations. Whichever cell is there, it will divide and make a identical copy of its own. Yes, so this is what is the significance of mitosis from exam point of view, from your different exams. This topic is considered to be the important one. Yes, so this is the significance of mitosis. Make sure that each and every point is understood by you conceptually, because there are minor things which requires your basics. Okay, so if your basics are not clear, you can watch the previous modules or the previous lectures and then come to this module. But yes, make sure that you understand each and every point. Moving on to the next part. Yes, now when we talk about mitosis, when we talk about cells, yes, एक चीज़ तो हम लोग को भी सोचना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि अगर सेल्स को हम लोग ज़िंदा कर सकते हैं, आई मीन डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, तो देर इज़ ऑल्सो डेथ ऑफ द सेल. बराबर, देर कैन ऑल्सो बी डेथ ऑफ द सेल. यू मस्ट एग्री ऑन दिस. डेथ ऑफ द सेल भी तो होगा. यस, पॉसिबल, लाइकली, हाईली लाइकली. बट इसमें ना देर इज़ डिफरेंस. what kind of difference वो अपन डिस्कस करते हैं. Now is, first of all, let's understand कि is death of the cell bad or good. कोई भी सेल का मर जाना बॉडी के लिए अच्छा है या बुरा है. So now see it, your opinion would be varied. Okay, there would be different kinds of opinions from your side, which I agree totally. But sometimes death of the cell is good for your body, sometimes death of the cell is bad for your body. Right. Now if at all, see, let's take one example. Okay, now if at all cells, your body cells die. Okay, your body cells die. Now why would they die? For example, if at all you scrape कर दिया या फिर केमिकल गिर गया, सो वहाँ के सेल्स क्या हो जाएंगे? मर जाएंगे. Now this is not good. Okay, this is not good. This kind of death where either you scrape it by mistake, or by mistake chemical falls on your tissue or the skin, this kind of cell death is what we call as necrosis. Yeah, necrosis, extremely important. Okay, now but there are also some cells, okay, there are also some cells which die, but in a controlled way, in a very controlled way, not randomized, not haphazard, not haywire, ठीक है, they die in a very controlled way, ठीक है. And one thing which we have to understand, that this controlled death of the cell is extremely important in your embryonic development, why we'll tell you now. For example, इधर भी अपन एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, ठीक है. योर स्किन और योर सेल्स बिटवीन योर फिंगर्स, अपनी उंगलियां देखो, लुक एट योर फिंगर्स, ठीक है, होल्ड देम टुगेदर. इफ यू नोटिस केयरफुली, योर फिंगर्स आर ओनली एबल टू सेपरेट बिकॉज देर इज नो टिश्यू और स्किन इन बिटवीन, ओके. अगर वैसा रहता सिचुएशन तो क्या होता, ठीक है. अभी अपना अगर मान लो वैसा सिचुएशन रहता तो अब अपने को तो फिर सेपरेट करने को होता ही नहीं हाथ, अपने को हाथ सेपरेट करने को होता ही नहीं, अपना हाथ समथिंग कुछ इस तरीके से ही रहता, बराबर अपना हाथ. बट जब अपन छोटे थे, व्हेन वी वेर इन मम्माज वूम, व्हाट हैपेंड इज कंट्रोल्ड डेथ हो गया सेल का, कहाँ के सेल्स का, यहाँ के. लुक, पे अटेंशन दिस, यहाँ पे सेल्स मर गए, इसकी वजह से क्या हो गया, इसकी वजह से आर फिंगर्स गॉट सेपरेटेड, राइट, लाइक दिस. एक बार फिंगर सेपरेट हो गए, नाउ वी आर एबल टू हैव अ ग्रिप. अभी आपको ग्रिप ले सकते हो, कोई भी चीज़ पकड़ सकते हो. सो समटाइम्स दिस डेथ ऑफ द सेल इज एक्सट्रीमली इम्पॉर्टेंट for the survival of any organism. Now whenever you have a controlled death of the cell, okay, whenever the death of the cell is in a controlled manner, okay, so this process is what is called as apoptosis. What it is called? Apoptosis. So अभी आपके सामने दो वर्ड्स है, एक apoptosis और एक नेक्रोसिस जहाँ पे गलती से, ठीक है, स्क्रैपिंग, केमिकल और वट एवर, सो जब तब सेल मरेंगे तो इट इज़ नेक्रोसिस. बट अगर कंट्रोल्ड वे में मर रहे हैं, ठीक है, सेल्स विल डाई इन अ वेरी कंट्रोल्ड वे, सो दैट process is what is called as apoptosis, right. Due to apoptosis, okay, there is complete फिंगर्स के बीच में सेल का डेथ हुआ, ठीक है, फिंगर्स के बीच में सेल का डेथ हुआ, जिसकी वजह से क्या हो गया, डेफिनाइट शेप मिला फिंगर्स को, so therefore apoptosis is sometimes very important. This is one of the examples, okay, now also एक चीज़ याद रखना है आपको कि ये जो apoptosis है ना, this apoptosis is also called as programmed cell death. What do you mean by this? Programmed cell death मतलब you can control it. It is also called as cellular suicide, ठीक है, when cells undergo what is called as cellular suicide. Yes, this is controlled. Yes, now as far as apoptosis is concerned, listen to this, okay, as far as apoptosis is concerned, it involves cell death. We have to agree this involves cell death, but for benefit of organism as a whole, बराबर ऑर्गेनिज्म के बेनिफिट के लिए हो रहा है, ठीक है. एंड ऑल्सो समटाइम्स it can also help us, of course it is helping here as far as fingers are concerned, but also it has one different benefit that sometimes it can also eliminate, okay, it can also eliminate potential cancer cells. So therefore apoptosis is extremely important. Now imagine अगर apoptosis नहीं होता तो हमारी उंगलियां कैसी होती. So therefore apoptosis is important. यहाँ पे in this concept आपने दो चीज़ें importantly पढ़ी, एक necrosis क्या होता है और एक apoptosis क्या होता है. Don't get confused. Apoptosis is extremely beneficial for humans, for organisms. Necrosis is not. Okay, so therefore apoptosis may help you in different functions. हम लोगों ने एक example लिया fingers का. It can also eliminate potential cancer cells. So therefore in the next module we will start with the next type of division, which is called as meiosis. We will understand the steps, we'll understand the processes, we'll also understand what are the different phases of meiosis. Okay, so stay tuned and thank you very much.